Hello and welcome to English class standard 12th. Today we will see chapter 36 and 37 of Around the World in 80 Days. Story till now. Fogg is released from the prison as the actual robber is caught. Because of the time in the prison, there is a delay to reach London. He needs to hurry. In this chapter, the state of England is described. As the real thief is arrested, everyone has started taking interest in Fogg's wager again. Fogg continues with his journey, calculating the time. There was a discussion in the newspapers about Fogg's journey once again. The Reform Club members too waited eagerly for Fogg's return. They had constant conversation about his return. As till 17 December, the 76th day of the journey, James Strand felt that Fogg was dead because there was no information about him after the arrest. There was a curiosity among the Reform Club members that whether he would appear on Saturday. Telegrams were sent to different countries to get the news from Phileas Fogg. People were sent to his house to find out whether he had returned. There were bets whether Fogg will return within time. Some bet in favor, whereas some in the opposition. There was a great crowd in Pall Mall and the neighboring streets on Saturday evening waiting for Fogg to return, and the police had a great difficulty to control the crowd as the hour of Fogg's arrival was approaching. The five main antagonists with whom Phyllis had a bet were waiting in the Reform Club anxiously. It was 20 minutes past 8 and all eyes were struck on the clock. There were the discussions about the timings of the last train from Liverpool, and they were calculating the timing as to if Fogg had boarded the last train at 7:23, why Fogg has not yet reached the club. With this they had assumed that they had won the bet. One amongst them, Samuel Fallotin, says that we should not be too hasty to decide that we have won the bet because Mr. Fogg is very punctual and he can appear in the last minute, to which Andrew Stuart replies that even though he comes, we should not believe that it was he. Thomas Flanagan says that Fogg's project is absurd and if he returns late, the delay won't be considered. All through there are discussion amongst the five members and they are eager to declare that Fogg has lost the bet. They are not ready to accept that Fogg might even have reached America. The members of the Reform Club are trying to convince themselves that Fogg won't be able to make it on time. The players had gathered together at the club and were discussing the possibility of Fogg reaching in time. They were also betting with different amounts on the possibility of Fogg returning in time. All the members were making a countdown: 18 minutes to 9, 17 minutes to 9, and so on. They were getting restless. All eyes were focused on the clock in the club. There was a continuous murmur heard from outside. The players continued with the countdown: 16 minutes to 9. 1 minute more and the wager will be won, as was decided. They stopped the game and left their cards and started counting the seconds. But at the 55th second, there was a loud cry heard from outside and also hurrahs and applause, and the players stood up and, to their astonishment, they heard a sound Here I am, gentlemen. Fogg was standing in front of them. Now we see that Fogg has managed to reach the club in time. This is a mystery as to how he managed to do so, which is solved in the next chapter, chapter 37. But what is obvious in this chapter is that the Fogg is the hero, while the men who are his challengers are the cowards, because they do not appear to be calm and confident, while Fogg is always calm and confident. He has now won the wager. With this, we come to an end of chapter 36. Now, let's begin chapter 37, which is the last chapter of novel, and chapter 37 sums up the story. In this chapter, it is explained that how Fogg happens to make it on time in the Reform Club, because in the previous chapter we had seen that Fogg had accepted that he has lost the bet as he was late. Now readers are taken back to the time when Fogg sends Passepartout to engage services of the church for his and Auda's marriage. When Passepartout goes to meet the clergyman, he realizes that marriage cannot take place the next day, as that day would be Sunday. As Fogg, Auda, and Passepartout were thinking, it is not Monday, it is Sunday tomorrow, which means it is Saturday today. He had realized that they had mistaken the day, and they had reached London 24 hours before time. With his disorderly hair, without his hat, he rushed hurriedly to Savilion Row, house of Fogg, and went at once to his master, so that he can send him to the club on time, as it was Saturday on that day. All these things about the days he quickly narrates to Fogg and Auda, and says that there is still time to win the bet. Move quickly. Passepartout dragged his master forcefully, and thus Phileas Fogg jumps into the cab to reach the Reform Club. Now he was in the Reform Club exactly at 8:45, which is the exact time of the bet. This is how Fogg manages to reach the club at the fixed time and had won the wager. We as readers are then told by the author that how the mistake of the day was made. Fogg had gained the time while travelling eastwards. It is explained that how Fogg had reached on Friday. It is simple error, because as Fogg was travelling constantly towards east, he had gained one day on his journey. It could have been the opposite if he would have travelled westward. As we go around the world, we cross 360 degrees, and we require 4 minutes to cross each degree. If we multiply 360 degrees by 4 minutes, it will be 1440 minutes, which further divided by 60 minutes will give us 24 hours. So, Fogg was 24 hours ahead of time, and thus he had gained a day. And of course, Passepartout's famous family watch had always kept London time and saved Mr. Fogg from losing the bet. Now, Fogg had won £20,000, but he had already spent 19,000 on the tour, so his financial gain was very less. Actually, his object was not to win the money, but to prove his opponents wrong. The rest of the 1,000 was divided between Passepartout and Fix by keeping no grudge against Fix. The amount of bill of gas was deducted from Passepartout's share, because it was due to his mistake that the burner was not put off. Fogg gives the credit to Auda that if she won't have suggested of their marriage, Passepartout won't have gone to the church, and thus the error of the dates won't have been cleared. Thus mutually their decision to get married is finalized. Now after 48 hours, Fogg and Oda got married. Passepartout had the honor to give the bride in the marriage because he had saved her in India. The immediate next morning, Passepartout comes rushing to his master. Fogg is curious to know about what exactly had happened. After 48 hours, Fogg and Oda got married. Passepartout had the honor to give the bride in marriage because he had saved her in India. The next morning, Passepartout, out of curiosity, inquires Fogg as to what has he gained from the long journey and all these troubles. Fogg calmly replies, nothing to say, but definitely he has got a charming young woman as his wife, which has made him the happiest man, and this is not less to make the tour around the world. Also, how would have he got a loyal and a humble person like him as his companion? Passepartout further tells Fogg that it would have been only Passepartout further tells Fogg that it would have been only 78 days around the world if they won't have crossed India. To which Fogg explains that if they won't have crossed India, they won't have saved Oda, and she won't have been his wife. The novel ends on this striking, unique note. We the readers are glad to see that all three, Fogg, Oda and Passepartout, are happy. Author Julius Verne tries to convey us that at the end, love and its attachment is more important than all the challenges or money in the world. What are the values that are put forward in Around the World in 80 Days? The values like time is very precious and should be used in the most practical manner. We should learn punctuality from Fogg. Life's lessons must be faced with patience and strength. Like Fogg overcomes all the obstacles and accepts challenges and moves ahead in life. It is important to share what little we have with others. Like Fogg, we should be generous and caring and always try to help others. So, learning all these values, we come to an end of Around the World in 80 Days. I hope you would have liked the lesson. You can refer to the meanings given here while referring to the slides. Thanks for watching. Meet you in the next video. Till then, goodbye. So friends, don't forget to subscribe the channel and share the video and also to like the video. Thanks for watching.